What is the worst hotel in Tampa? A question that's plagued the mind of scholars for years, and it's a question I desperately wanted an answer to. And the only way to find that answer is to get my hands dirty. So I conducted an investigation. The hotel that we found is the lowest ranked in all of Tampa, and it's also the cheapest. At least when it comes to a whole stay. It's $50 for an entire stay. There are some cheaper options, but they're pay by the hour. So you can find some for like 10 to 15 an hour, but the cheapest overall stay is this one. Now, almost all of the reviews talk about blood being all over the sheets and walls, as well as a huge problem with bed bugs. So I wasn't going to risk taking bed bugs home or anything. I decided I wasn't going to take any chances. I was going to play it safe, so I dressed for a goddamn apocalypse. I looked like an NPC out of Fallout. Hey. We went to the cheapest hotel by night. It's $50 a night.
It's ranked 170 out of 170 hotels.
The reason we're in hazmat attire is because most of the reviews report an excessive amount of bed bugs and blood in the rooms. So, yeah.
Well, that's what hazmat suits are for.
To prevent that.
But yeah, you saw the most expensive in Tampa, so we figured we'd switch it up a little
to the least expensive. And I think the hotel is somewhat aware of their ranking because Danny said when he was signing they have a strict clause to not talk about them in general or you get kicked out. Blinds, air unit set to a comfortable 63 degrees, 2 beds, which is more than the penthouse suite at a 5-star resort.
And you know what? This is as much a king bed as theirs was.
That's super true.
I kind of like
them.
Oh yeah.
Well, it's a Jack and Jill. This is a Jack.
Right.
That's a Jill.
Gotcha.
That's how that works.
You can tell by the hexagons this is a boy's bed.
The burn marks and the...
You just touched it with your bare hands.
Oh,
She'll sit on
Oh!
I'm just kidding.
it. They're gonna send police up to the room.
What the fuck is that? Well, that was...
You wanna do a bed bug inspection, see if there's anything you can see?
Now, this was part of a video we were filming for the other channel, where we spun a wheel to see who amongst our friends would stay at that $10,000 a night hotel we made a video on last week, where we were investigating if it's actually a scam, because there's a lot of claims that it's truly horrible, especially for $10K a night. And spoiler alert, it is a scam, but it's not, unlivable or anything. Like, it's not awful. It's just truly not worth that price at all, under any circumstance. I don't know what fucking crazy pills they're boofing in the bathroom to come up with that price for that penthouse suite, but I'm getting sidetracked again. Anyway, it was for the other channel, where half of us would stay in the $10,000 night hotel, and the other half would stay at the cheapest and lowest rated hotel in Tampa. And Matt, Chelsea, Danny, and I got there before the group that was going to stay for the other channel, just to check it out, to see, is it like as bad as the reviews say? Now, if you want to see the whole video, go to the other channel. I highly recommend seeing how all of this played out. Yeah, so, Matt, if you... Here.
There is not an iron in here, so we can't use that trick.
That's right.
Yeah.
You have your vape, right? You could blow smoke on it, and it'll make the bed bugs come
like
out.
a beehive.
It's heat. You have to, that's how they
come over here.
I'm coming.
I don't think that's a bed bug, but zoom in.
No, you wouldn't find just like a single rogue bed bug. It's not ant's life.
Oh, okay.
I think that might just be unidentified something.
Yeah, so they're like kind of blood red, from what I've seen.
Oh, wait, what's that?
Blood!
That's blood?
Our first piece of blood!
Okay.
Actual blood.
Is that a centipede?
Or is that a poop?
It's moving.
Okay, so what you're supposed to do is you take this up. Oh, wow, there's 2 layers.
That's probably for the best.
Yes.
There's a lot of...
Oh, a lot of mystery fluid.
That is a lot of mystery fluid.
Holy fuck, that's gross.
Alright, bed number 2. What do you have in store for us?
I mean, there is just a lot of... Oh, blood.
Oh, there's more blood, yeah.
More blood.
Not even kidding.
Oh my god.
So maybe the second half of the TOC's video is canceled.
Yeah, so...
Maybe we just have them come do a tour and then we all leave.
Spoiler alert, we had, for the other channel video, we drew from, we spun a wheel and 4 of us stayed in an expensive hotel. That was what you saw last time. 4 of us are staying at the least expensive hotel, and I'm kind of concerned.
Is there a Bible in there?
Mm-mm.
We get
God
hazard,
doesn't.
God's not
come
allowed.
here.
we get hazard pay for this.
I think so.
Oh well, here, wait, we can fix this. Where's the blood?
Oh yeah.
Now it's good enough to sleep on.
Here, I'll get this one.
See, decontaminated. Also, this one's doesn't have like that cover on it.
Oh, so that's definitely the one you don't want to sleep on.
Do you think the bathroom looks the same?
I
the
don't
other
even
one.
know why you need it if you can just piss all over your bed.
Also, I am certain.
I'm sticking to the floor.
Yeah.
Let's look at the bathroom and then
Yeah,
we'll
yeah, I haven't
black
gotten the
light
full
everything.
Okay,
tour.
wait, hold on. I'm lifting this up. I want to see if there's mystery.
Imagine it's just like a fucking fallout bug.
No, it's touching me.
I think you
Oh, shit. Imagine like a person. Wait, there was something under there.
Was there?
Not like something alive, but like just something under there. I didn't see what it was. What is that?
That is
Is it
absolutely.
a pill?
That is a pill.
Score!
Oh, we got Coke!
That is an actual.
That's a bag of Coke!
I cannot believe we actually just found a bag of Coke in here.
That's
Lift it
so
up.
good.
Lift it up.
Yeah,
Well, you're-
no,
Let me see it.
Chelsea, we're putting that back.
No, let me. I just. Is it actually just Coke or what is it?
You're touching with your bare hands.
Oh no, that's actually.
Oh, it is
crack.
Oh, is that crack?
Oh, it is a crack rock.
Matt, I want to go home.
Hey, fist bump, we did it.
Hey, I'm gonna.
Yeah, put that back before the dealer comes.
What?
Wondering where his stash is.
Right, he's gonna be really worried about
Okay,
that
wait,
$40
Matt.
bag.
Unfortunately, we had to blur the crack so you don't get to see like the full bag of the big crack rock or anything. We had to play it safe with YouTube because they do have strict rules about showing hard drugs. The reason Vice is able to get away with it is because theirs is for education. I don't think you could really make a convincing argument with a straight face that this video is educational, so we had to blur it. Throughout my life, I've stayed at tons of cheap motels and hotels, and they're not like amazing or anything, but they're always serviceable. Like they're always totally fine. I never have like a bad experience at a cheap hotel or motel. And I have stayed at hotels that get close to the $50 ballpark. This is unlike anything I've ever seen, though. A fucking crack rock was under the mattress, and the sheets were just in blood. Like, they just had blood on them. Like, they weren't covered in blood. I was going to exaggerate saying that, but it's not like the sheets had, like, you know, brain matter on it or anything crazy. But there was blood on the sheets. And noticeably, too. It's not just, like, a couple of tiddlywinks here. Like, no, there was, like, some blood streaks on the sheets. The mattresses were by far the most disgusting part of the room. The bathroom had, like, a couple bugs in it, but that's not that big of a deal to me personally. And even like the sink and all that, also not horrible. It's just the mattresses, it seems like they don't actually clean the rooms at all, based on the 2 rooms we checked here. So it was this room and the one you're going to see here in a moment. Like, they just leave the sheets in whatever state that they were found in, pretty much. So some of the sheets had like burn holes going straight to the mattress, like all the way through to the mattress. Blood on every single sheet that we saw on all 4 of the beds that we looked at. It's crazy.
Okay, this one's clean. This one's clean.
All right. Let me show you the kitchen.
What the fuck?
We just found a crack rock. It's so cool.
What do you think's in the top of the fridge?
That's where they're hiding the other crack.
Well, that's where you put the ice in.
You want to open the fridge?
The fridge
Oh.
is disgusting. Make sure you get the top of the fridge too, Dan.
The top of the. Oh, you mean the hole?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like we need masks.
This is, yeah, there's
I don't
definitely...
even think I want to go. Here, Danny, go look.
Okay, I'm gonna go check in the bathroom. Oh, this is cool.
This is where someone tried to break in, I think.
We're out. What you got for me, big guy?
Well, our fan is doing his job.
Mm-hmm. That's
Hey,
the-
can we actually rewind a second ago? I think I blacked out. We just found crack.
Yes, we did actually just find
That's
real.
so
crack.
cool.
Are we? Do we have to like report it, or are we,
I don't-
like? Are we gonna get in trouble?
Do we have to go?
Do we have to leave right now?
Don't be a bunch of babies. It's fine.
But, are we...
Oh,
are
wait.
We, are,
Because now we have video evidence of us finding crack and then putting it back.
Supply.
I seriously like what
He's right, he's
actually
actually
do
right.
we do?
Can we
about that?
supply
Guys,
Mikado?
guys, does the bathroom have its own light in there?
Oh no!
oh, fuck.
Wow.
Do the pillows?
Oh, ew. Yucky.
Okay.
Actually super yucky. Ew.
Okay, do under the under the bed.
Lift.
No, God. Have mercy.
It's not as bad. Oh, there's a crack rock.
So crack doesn't glow. Don't do drugs, kids. They're not glowing.
You want to do the bathroom?
Yeah. One thing about this room, I think we've already passed it, but is that 15 minutes after you're allowed to get a refund, and I'm not kidding.
No,
Yeah.
you cannot get a refund after 15 minutes.
After, right.
Yeah,
You have 15 minutes to get a
get
refund. So when you notice the blood, if you figure like, hey, that's kind of gross.
So you
Look
have
at
to
the-
get in and find the crack and get out within 15 minutes so you can get your money back.
Who's coming on here?
It's
Wait,
not-
leave it on it for a second so I can see.
It's probably not cum. It's
No.
probably
Go back
like
to the big one on the left.
spit and shit.
There's
Yeah.
like actual stuff there. Bathroom.
That was my first crack rock.
That was also my first crack rock.
Oh wait,
Hey,
do
do I
you
go
guys
on?
see the batteries for the door and everything?
Oh wow.
So, spoiler alert, we might not be staying here for very long.
Yep.
Second spoiler alert.
Here, I'll
This
show
is,
'em.
this is the TOC guys.
Hey, these are the guys that
We were
Hey,
lost.
we're excited.
We
Let's
found
go.
We lost.
We found our entertainment for the evening. Are you guys ready?
Lift the corner up for me, Charlie. Don't
Yeah.
touch.
Don't touch.
Okay.
Do not touch.
Don't touch.
Was that included in the price of the room?
No, we got it for free.
You get a cool office chair on this one. Can we go lights on?
The crusty
Yeah, lights on.
I took my gloves off, so
Yeah, I read that.
Charlie's working single one.
Oh,
Oh, you know what I have?
those are cool. What do you have?
I just have a handkerchief because I'm a gentleman.
Hey, you know what I don't have?
A lock for the door.
No, you can just stand like that.
Yeah, this doesn't work, and this isn't.
Well, that's why they give you a chair.
Oh, guys, I found the smoke
smoke
detector.
detector.
I found the smoke detector.
The replacement.
I don't know. Like, I don't know.
What's that?
There's socks in a random wrapper for something.
Is that lube?
That's lube.
That's lube.
It's a lube wrapper.
Yeah, I mean, you come here to either do drugs or
Oh,
cheat
you
on
put the
your
camera in my face.
Chelsea.
Chelsea, there's a lube
wrapper,
wrapper.
Chelsea.
Oh, those are goon socks.
We found good socks.
Crusty
Poop
socks.
sock. We
Oh!
found poop sock.
You think that's the top of a
The
tank?
cum sock.
Okay, well, let's open the
That's a
drawer.
very,
Holy shit.
Yeah, someone's having a great time.
lift the corner.
Yeah,
Look for
bed
crack.
inspection.
Check for crack.
Yeah, it's not us.
Oh, I thought we were gonna find it for a
Checking
second.
for recreationals. What's that?
I don't know.
I think
That's a bed.
I don't know.
Good.
All right, this one.
This was the crack bed in that one.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
Flipping it. Oh, blood.
Yep.
Yeah, a little.
that's a good sign.
Stain.
Ready? Give it a little lift.
The lights work better in here.
Yeah, very bright.
That's good.
Wow.
No crack. This is a boring room.
Crack.
The 206
The
is.
air vent in there might be taped on.
I don't.
For more.
There's no content here.
There's gold in them there hills. We can find crack in these mattresses, I swear it.
Do you?
No, just the fridge.
That's cool.
God.
Oh, they have the same art feature in here.
Oh, that's so nice. Oh, there's even a, that's for flossing.
The muscles on this guy.
This one's clean. Oh, it's not clean.
Never mind.
I was so hopeful.
Here, I'll check
I was
this
so
bed
over here.
Oh,
Oh.
that is just gross.
Oh, jeez.
There's a stain over here.
Charlie, you want to pull back the?
Oh, did you take your protective glove off?
Yeah, he took his.
And I'm
it's
feeling.
shielding.
You know when you're taking
want my
like
handkerchief
poison
off?
damage in Elden Ring?
It's gigamold. Oh, this is hair. Oh, sick.
Nice.
We can
That's-
clone.
Oh wait, we didn't check.
He goes,
the
"This is
pillowcases.
hair." Pulls out a whole
We
decapitated
didn't-
head.
Oh my God.
Wait, pull the pillow out of the case. I want to see what it looks like.
Yeah, but I don't have gloves.
Hair, Charlie.
Here,
pillow.
help me
Come on, Charlie, our hazmat.
He has gloves.
It's just an actual.
like a man is gonna jump out of it. I'm sorry.
And we ended up going here, and I go in a room, and there's crack. And then I go in the next room, and there's
And there's
crack.
no
Here,
crack.
here, wait.
What's
And I
up
go,
with that?
no, I'm desperate.
It's a little biased.
Can we get a room without
I think
crack?
every room should get
And they
crack.
say yes.
Yeah, so after checking out two of the rooms there, the reviews really start to make a lot of sense. Honestly, the rooms are kind of like loot boxes for crack. You might get some if you get like a good pull, and you might not. It's really a coin flip. In that second room, I couldn't show it on video, but there was an empty dime bag. Could have been crack, could have been coke. There's really no telling. But yeah, the the lowest ranked hotel in Tampa probably deserves its placement there. It does not seem like they even do the bare minimum of cleaning up the rooms. There were goon socks in the second room. That's crazy. Actual cum socks in the second room. And again, more blood all over the sheets. Not all over the sheets. Blood on the sheets. Blood, dripped here and there on the sheets. Which I think is probably just unacceptable. Like, I don't think there's an amount of blood I'd be comfortable with on the sheets of the hotel I'm staying at, you know what I mean? But we did not see any bed bugs to the naked eye, though from what I've read about bed bugs, since I've never actually seen them in real life, apparently the only time you see them, like, without any kind of equipment and without any, like, heat drawing them out is if you have a crazy infestation of bed bugs. But I don't know how true that is. Anyway, though, yeah, I think we found the worst hotel in Tampa. That's about it. See ya. I just learned about a genre of content I never knew existed, and now I've become a huge fan of it. It's door-to-door salesmen posting their most embarrassing moments, just proudly posting their own L's, as if it's like a report card to be proud of that's pinned on the refrigerator. It doesn't make any sense. So there's a few TikTok creators I was scrolling through today who claim to be a highly successful door-to-door salesman, but if you watch their videos, almost every single one of them is them making the people they're trying to close on angry, getting kicked off their property, and just generally never succeeding. And yet somehow that's supposed to serve as an advertisement for this product that they're selling to their audience, which is a guide on how to be a successful door-to-door salesman. It just doesn't compute in my little noodle up here. You're selling a course on how to be successful as a door-to-door salesman, yet every video you post is your failures. It doesn't add up. Like this equation, the mathematics, it's too advanced for me, I guess. Today we're going to focus on one test subject here, a very interesting specimen named Oliver.
How to make $250 tomorrow in 3 steps. 1. Go to Home Depot, buy a squeegee and a brush. 2. Go knock doors and ask them if they want a price on window cleaning. Hey boss, how are you? Good. Have you seen us? No. Good looking guys, gray shirts? Okay. This is about? I don't know if you know Miss Palmer. I'm gonna take one step, I'll just show you and then I gotta run. We're just helping. We're not selling anything. Don't treat me like a dog, sir, I'm not. I'm just
Okay,
a hard
I don't
working
give a right now, okay? I'm really busy. Get the out of here.
Okay.
Now, when I initially saw this, I thought it had to be satire, like this guy's just taking the piss on door-to-door salesmen. But he's not. Oliver, his whole career is being a door-to-door salesman and trying to bestow upon us plebeians his sage wisdom when it comes to this craft that he's clearly mastered here. So if you read the description, the caption on the video, it says, how you can turn it into thousands of dollars. And then when he's going through, like, the beginning where he's saying, 2, and then he holds up 3. Like, it's clearly supposed to be a joke, but he really does this. This is his job. And he just proudly showcases these horrifyingly shameful moments here. There's very few people in the world that like door-to-door salesmen. That's up there with, like, telemarketing scams. Like, people don't like to just be accosted on their front porch by people that don't really take no for an answer. So Oliver embodies that entire belief system and tries to teach others as well. Now, he does sprinkle in a couple of successful deals on his page, but it's hidden like pickles on a burger in between all of the failures that he showcases. It's baffling. And sometimes the descriptions are just way off. So it'll be like, here's how you make $300 in 5 seconds. And then he doesn't make $300, it's not 5 seconds, and you're left with your dick in your hand wondering where it all went wrong and why Oliver lied to you. It's just really confusing because from everything I see here, he's not that great at door-to-door selling anything. So buying a course from him would be like buying a guide on how to get laid from an incel. And like the footage they use to promote the, getting pussy book is footage of the writer, the author, going up to women and them saying, ew, no. It's like really weird to try and advertise your door-to-door salesman course with the footage that he showcases.
Hey boss, how are you? Have you seen us? What do you mean? The good-looking dudes with blue shirts? No. You missed us. Show you super quick. We're giving a bit of a discount for dudes with glasses.
So Oliver has a script that he never really deviates from. He is actually a video game NPC with only a few dialogue options. He always starts with, hey boss, if it's a man, and then he always says we're doing a bit of a discount for something that the person is wearing or something appearance-wise, like sometimes, women with short hair, women with curly hair, and they're like, haha, thanks. And then he goes into his hard sales pitch here.
You qualify. Give you a quick price.
Yeah, that would be good.
I love the setup back there. It's usually $309. Comes down to $209.
We have planned to paint, but we want to
Okay.
wash everything at the same time. If you have a phone number or something that they can call later.
It's a job worth doing in a couple months. If things are worth doing in 3 months, they're worth doing today.
I don't want to do that today. If I can have your phone number.
Sure. If you call us back, though, it's going to be 309.
Yeah, I see that.
If we could give you an awesome job, could we call it 149, give you a bit of a discount? If it's worth doing, then it's worth doing today.
I don't want to do that today.
He tries to really put the nipple clamps on him here. He wants to close this today, and he is not budging on it. So the guy is being very respectful. He's like, hey, you know, maybe we just schedule this for another day. Really not feeling it for this afternoon. But Oliver, he's on the hunt right now. So he just keeps dropping the price lower and lower, hoping that he can get at least like $100-something out of this exchange, because he knows he's not getting a call back later from this or anything like that. So it's just desperately trying to keep making a sale here on this guy who's just trying to be nice and indulge in the pitch, but eventually doesn't work out. They go their separate ways. Oliver does sometimes get pretty aggressive, though. He follows the same script, of course, but sometimes he seems to get hurt because I think he has a pretty high level of entitlement.
Kind of the route coordinator on.
Just tell me what you're doing. Oh,
Showing's easier than telling.
No.
No.
Come on.
Come on,
We're
where?
doing real good. We got the nicest
I know.
one in the street.
I'd rate it A+.
Sorry,
We're just
guys.
doing.
We're really happy with what we've got.
What do you got?
Go away. Go on. Go on. This
You
is my property. I want you off it.
But I haven't even told you what we're doing.
I'm not interested. I don't do things at the door.
Cool.
Okay?
People always say no to things they don't understand.
Oh, don't.
Have a great day. There's always one guy. I'm happy to check off the stubborn guy for the day. Have a good one.
Insufferable. The elderly gentleman here isn't the bad guy. Nobody likes door-to-door salesmen. Like, plain and simple. There are very few people that enjoy that. And the ones that allow you to go through the whole kit and caboodle song and dance of what you're selling are the ones that are just too afraid to just say no to your face and close the door, because that's not an easy thing to do for most people. That takes a lot. And most people, it becomes kind of like a high-stress situation trying to figure a way out of it, but no one's usually interested. So this old man just being blunt about it isn't necessarily a bad thing. Another thing I notice a lot with door-to-door salesmen is they really like elderly people because they're much easier to manipulate into giving them money for a usually subpar service and something they legitimately don't need in any capacity. So this guy was just not having it. He's saying, no thank you. But Oliver keeps pushing. He's like, oh, you don't even know what I'm doing here yet. Oh, people always say no to things they don't understand. Just being a fucking insufferable asshole. Like, condescendingly talking to this guy as if he's an idiot for not doing this. And it's just trash. Like, I think that's just awful. So then that clearly gets him even more riled up. And then Oliver's like, hey, I'm checking the stubborn guy off the list. Like, what is this? Elementary school? Hey, Junior, listen, no gold star for you. You're a bad egg, not a good noodle. You know, it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, you went up to him, he did not want it, you should have left when he said no, but that's not how you operate. When you hear no, you just keep pushing. It's all just super slimy, and of course nothing about him is genuine. He has set lines that he says to each person that he encounters because he doesn't even really view them as people. They're just potential money bags that he can grab a few bucks out of. It's just, there's nothing good about what he does. And I also don't really trust his claim about being this guru salesman. And he claims that he's made over 9,000 sales. But I truly think that's just a meme. Based on everything I've seen here, I don't put a lot of faith in that claim at all. And then he even tries to post testimonials, at least in one of the videos I saw, where it was just like 2 Discord messages from 2 completely random people that are claiming that they're making, you know, a couple $1,000s a day thanks to everything that Oliver's teaching them, and I feel like there's no fucking way.
And we're giving a bit of a discount for people that are sitting on steps, which is coincidence, actually. Go around, count it up, just give you a quick price.
It's okay. We do it every other year, and we have someone we usually use, and this isn't our year.
Is he as good looking as me?
It's such a cringy routine, too. He always mentions himself being a good-looking guy almost every single time, too. It feels like a lot of insecurity here that's brewing up and that he's trying to mask with this, I guess, bravado, perhaps? I don't know. It's just so off-putting. So pretty much every time he knocks on a door or approaches homeowners at their property, he mentions, like, hey, have you seen us? Like me, good-looking guys in this shirt? well, here's our discount for, you know, ladies sitting on steps. Ha ha ha. I don't know. It's fucking awful. This did not lead to a sale, by the way. I'll spoil it for you. They were not interested, surprisingly.
Thing I call it 125.
Sorry, I don't think it's in the budget right now.
125.
Sorry.
Okay.
Thank you though.
The caption on this one literally says how to close deals, and he gets a drive-by rejection. So he's talking to her at the door, wasn't working out. She then comes back around and says, nope, still a no, sorry, basically. And yet he still says how to close deals, even though, like, if you watch the video, he doesn't close the deal. He gets the door closed in his face, fundamentally. Like, she didn't, like, slam the door in his face or anything, but it was a no. I think that's probably enough clips here. I just find this to be so fascinating to hype yourself up as a guru of a craft, but then all of the evidence you present of yourself being that guru contradicts it, because it's mainly failures or just being misleading. Now, like I said, he does have a couple of successful closing deals here that he posts videos on, but I wouldn't even say it's the majority of it. I'd say it's like pretty even between failures and the deals he closes. And keep in mind, these are only the ones he films. I feel like he's filmed every single successful deal he's ever had and has only posted like half of his failures. So it's probably like a ratio of 500 failures to one person who just finally gives in after being pestered enough and says yes reluctantly to him. So it's not exactly the best ratio. I'm just spitballing numbers here, but that's kind of the impression I get. I just wanted to talk about it because I didn't even know this little genre of content existed, so I found it interesting. That's about it. So yep. When you think of a hero, the first thing that pops in your head is probably like Spider-Man or Iron Man or something. But for me, when I think of a hero, I think of anyone who has to work in retail, food service, reservations, any job where you have to interact with a customer. Those are the real heroes. I have always said and always will say that any job that requires you to interact with customers is an absolute nightmare. Hell on earth. You're constantly experiencing the worst humanity has to offer every single day. Swallowing rusty nails would be less painful. And I think that's something that everyone on this planet can agree on, that rude customers are the lowest of the low. I have more respect for cockroaches than I do some douchebag that's melting down in public, yelling at an employee over something they had no control over in the first place. It is one of my biggest pet peeve. In fact, I'd say it's probably my biggest pet peeve. I hate that shit. And today there was a video that was going pretty viral on TikTok about a guy who posted his own meltdown at GameStop, and it is so embarrassing I couldn't help but just talk about it a little bit today. Let me show you it.
Hey, what's going on, man?
How you doing?
Listen, I'm recording you just because I've had the hardest time returning this. So if you tell me no, I'm gonna go ahead and sue GameStop.
I see this shit all the time. If you don't help me fix this problem that is my fault, I'm going to sue the entire company. Well, like, what do you expect them to do? Start groveling like, oh no, please, don't sue the company. Oh no, oh goodness gracious, oh please, anything but that, shaking their fist. I'll do anything to fix it. Oh god, just let me rectify this situation. Like, why do you expect the employee to give a fuck if you sue the company? Why is this GameStop employee all of a sudden gonna try and defend the company, the corporation, like, oh no, you will not. I will not allow you to besmirch the good name of GameStop like this. I will fix your problem immediately, now that you've threatened legal action. Like, they have no say-so in the corporation. You know, this guy isn't John GameStop here. Like, he doesn't care. Who the fuck cares? I just can't wrap my head around this, like, 4-year-old thought process here. If I go after the company, surely the employee is now going to be able to magically fix my issue. It's not their company. They don't care. They're just an employee of it. It's not like they're married to it. It's not, you know, they don't care. They shouldn't care. It just makes no sense to me. But all power to this guy. If you want to sue GameStop and lose all your money in legal fees, please, go right ahead. It'll be a really fun, goofy headline to read. I implore you to sue GameStop. And it's really silly in this case because it's GameStop. It's not exactly a booming corporation. Like, what are you going to sue GameStop for? Their NFTs? Like you really stand to gain nothing out of it anyway? The whole thing is just a fucking disaster, and this guy's an absolute clown.
You have nothing to do with this. I just need somebody to tell me no on video so I can go ahead and sue GameStop.
A brief moment of self-awareness where he acknowledges that the employee had nothing to do with this situation, but then still continues to make a big scene out of it. Jesus Christ, it's so painful. I'd rather teabag a barrel of plutonium.
I'm just trying to get my money back here. I bought the PS5 bundle, and then they made me buy a whole bundle, which isn't even on my receipt. I didn't sign no contract. I know you guys' policy is just unopened things are returnable.
They didn't pass you the receipt?
Yeah, go ahead. I think you were in here even when I bought it. So yeah, I got pressured into buying a bundle. I didn't even want it. So I got 3 games and the charging case. I kept the controller there.
You got pressured into buying a bundle, and now you regret it. What do you mean you got pressured into buying a bundle? What, did the employees throw you against the lockers like it was football hazing? And take the goddamn credit card out of your wallet to make this purchase? What the fuck do you mean you got pressured into buying a PS5? Were you just sitting there trembling like, oh my god, they're talking about a bundle. Fuck, I'm gonna have to do it. Sweat pouring down your face. You like 8 years old? You come in here acting like a big man, but your issue makes it seem like you're just a big baby. Like, what the fuck, man? Jesus. And the whole issue is super stupid anyway, because when you buy a PS5, you get games with it. It's bundled up. And I think the reason, and I could be wrong, this one I'm not 100% sure on, the reason they bundle PS5s with games is to prevent scalping or reselling. So that way you're not just getting like the raw console to like resell for profit, you get games with it as well that drive the value up, so you spent more on like the entire package than you did just the actual hardware. I'm pretty sure it's like anti-scalping measures, though I'm not 100% sure. But when you're buying a PS5, you're never just buying like a raw PS5 anymore. It's always bundled.
Well, I get where you're coming from, where you didn't want to buy the bundle, but that's the only way you can get the system.
Okay, what do you mean by that?
So through GameStop, right now we're only doing bundles for PS5.
Is that in writing? I know, so you're gonna just say no, huh?
Yeah, I can't take it.
So you can't give me the refund for this shit right here?
No.
Absolutely massive props to the employee here, keeping a level head and just delivering a firm no. I love that. Lays out the facts. The only way you get the system is with a bundle. Not much I can do for you there, champ. You made a decision that you regret, and I can't help you. But stop blaming us. It's your fault. You're dumb, not us.
Like,
okay, when's your manager working so I can come and fuck with him? Because I'm gonna definitely come fuck with him.
It should be tomorrow.
Tomorrow? What's his shift?
He should be in the morning.
All right, and what's his name? I just come and I'm just gonna come fuck shit up. Like I'm telling you, I'm not fucking around.
The guy who got pressured into buying a PS5 apparently is gonna come make another big scene to the manager of the GameStop. How embarrassing. And this happens every single time. The customer is the one recording this. It blows my mind how every single time there's an event like this, it's always the biggest asshole that's recording it thinking they're right. He posted this in full confidence thinking that TikTok would be on his side, but instead all they did was steam his ham. They fucking slam dunked this guy across all of TikTok and on YouTube. I saw Jamari made a video about this as well. This guy's just become an absolute laughingstock, and it was entirely avoidable multiple ways. A, not making a big hoopla about you making a bad decision financially that you regret. Your fault. Take responsibility. Nothing GameStop can do for you here. And 2, not filming it yourself. You could have just not filmed it. And then 3, if you had the compulsive desire to film it, you couldn't fight the urge just scratching at your neck like, oh, I'm being an asshole and I gotta film it. Yes. Okay. Even after filming it, you could have just not posted it. Like, there were 3 ways of avoiding yourself being an absolute joke on the internet, and somehow all 3 of those filters you went right through. Impressive.
This is, you guys are trying to upsell motherfuckers. I could have paid 800 on StockX if that was the motherfucking case.
But you're just getting the system now.
I don't want no fucking Ratchet and Clank. Are you kidding me? You know what this is, bro.
No, like,
I pay $800 for some bullshit.
Like, say if like you wanted different games, like you legit like.
Can you give me in-store credit for all this?
Let me stop you right there, big guy. You do not want in-store credit at GameStop. They will give you like $15 for this entire PS5. It'll be $15 and like 5 toothpicks. In-store credit is the last thing you should be haggling for here. It is not worth it at all.
No, y'all trying to play me. It's a brand new game and I'm here to return them.
Saying y'all.
Y'all GameStop, and you represent GameStop. You ain't got no name tag or shirt, but you GameStop. So that's why I'm saying y'all. Yeah, if you don't want to represent it, then quit.
I work.
Ah, yes, the classic. You work at GameStop, which means you are GameStop, so all of my problems are your problems. Like, it's I don't even know where to start with what just happened there. Telling him to quit if he doesn't rep GameStop. What does that mean? What are you talking about? This guy's giving you all the answers to your questions and you're still mad at him. It's your fault. You signed the receipt. You didn't have to pay $800 for the bundle if you didn't want to. You not only signed the receipt, you walked out of there and you went home, you marinated on it, and then you came back and made a big scene about it. Like, it's your fault. It's not this guy's fault. Telling him to quit his job if he's not there to, like, fight for GameStop tooth and nail is so silly. Oh, I can't stand, like, customers like this. These videos just always boil my blood. I've never even worked in, like, the customer service industries or anything like that, but my heart absolutely breaks for the people that have. It seems so miserable. And seeing customers in real life, like, you see the worst fucking people. It's so aggravating. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about this a bit since the video was floating around, and that's really about it. See ya. Most people view Facebook as uncool or only used by old people, and yeah, there's a lot of geriatrics on there that are just ranting about the government putting microchips in their Raisin Bran cereal, or how 5G radio towers have opened a portal to hell that has allowed reptilian vampires to invade us in secrecy. But it's not just for these kind of unhinged rants and old people. It's an undeserved reputation. Nothing could be further from the truth. Facebook has some of the best video content on the internet. Nothing but straight bangers on there. I myself didn't know the beauty of Facebook content creators. I was blind to their genius. My ignorance was embarrassing. I look back on the Charlie of 45 minutes ago in disgust that I could even exist without knowing how great Facebook content creators were. I discovered them through Popo Medic's channel. He recently made a video going over bad Facebook videos. Popo Medic is actually the same channel where I learned about Detroit Urban Threat Management Survival Fitness Training Arena Turbo Arcade Edition Team America Gladiators. And that's when my third eye really opened to the beauty of Dale and his like self-defense training. So I went back to Popo Medic and I've been checking in on his channel every now and then since, and I saw this about Facebook creators, and I was like, huh. I'd never really gone down the Facebook content creator rabbit hole, so this was completely uncharted waters for me. The creator we're going to focus on today, his name is Jabrizi, and I actually recognized him because he used to be pretty big on YouTube for doing magic tricks at rap concerts, and his magic kind of slapped, like it was good stuff. But it looks like he's done a full-blown shift to making Facebook garbage. And when I say garbage, I mean like actual filth. It is shameless. So you know on YouTube how a lot of creators will pad their videos to get over the 10-minute mark because they make more money for it? Facebook has that same thing. If your videos breach the 10-minute mark, you make more money from them. And Jabrizi does it in a way that is so laughably shameless, I can't help but applaud it. Now, as always, don't harass anyone in the videos. Just don't be a douchebag.
Anyone here?
So then he just stays in that room for the next 9 minutes. That's right, 9 minutes you just sit here looking at the same hallway with nothing changing, just to make the video long enough to go over the 10-minute mark. The laziness is impressive, and this isn't like a small Facebook creator. Jabrizi has over 10.4 million followers, with videos getting over 100 million views sometimes. So this is the big time, and he's able to fucking squeeze them for all they're worth. What a fucking hero. She comes out draped in an American flag, make me want to pump my fist and chug a Budweiser. He is only on screen for about 8 seconds of this 10-minute and 18-second video. The other 10-minute and 10 seconds of this video is spent on just a hallway with nothing happening and a stock alarm sound effect. The laziness is absolutely admirable. Like, it is so fucking impressive what you can get away with on Facebook. It blew my mind when I saw this one here. And people in the comments eat it up. There are people like, yeah, thank you for supporting firefighters. This is amazing. I was glued to every second of this one. I was on the edge of my seat. But then there's also equal parts people being like, why is it so long? Nothing happens. It's a waste of my time. But it still has tons of views. Like, he gets so much money off of doing these things. It's completely effortless. And He's striking gold. He really is. I can't even be mad at him. He literally takes a concept that is about 30 seconds worth of content, if you can even call it that. And here it wasn't even 30 seconds, it was literally about 8. He takes that and then just fills the other 10, 15 minutes with nothing. Literally nothing. He just literally has a still image, basically. An unchanging shot of nothing. It's like that, what's that guy's name? John Cage, the guy who went on stage and did 4 minutes and 33 seconds of nothing while he sat at a piano. He was supposed to give a concert, but instead he just sat there on his ass and just like hung out for 4 minutes, and people applauded as like a really incredible piece of art. That's basically what this guy does with every video, and he makes a ton of money from it.
And you're gonna see the gift. It's directly to your right, okay? Ready? 3, 2, 1. Okay, uncover your eyes and look to the right.
Now, you'd expect her to see that her 2 children are right there, but she doesn't. And then you would expect her to, like, open the present and see them shortly after. But she doesn't. They dragged this one on for 16 and a half minutes. Yeah, no fucking lie. It is constant edging and blue balls, if you can even call it that, because it's not like you're excited. You obviously know all of this is fake as long as you're not like actually senile or actually 2 years old. You clearly know this is fake, but the entertainment is supposed to be from like the feel-good nature of it, but here you don't even get that. It is just stalling and stretching and stalling and stretching. It is painful.
So we decided to my brother and my mom have 2 siblings, have 2 moms, so past 2 years, so we do 2 fives, and now this is so special that we decided to split their fives on off, okay? We count down 5. No, it's, I would say a pair of things, but it's more than one thing. Okay, I'm gonna spoil it. I'm gonna get into it. Okay, you gotta do it. First, mom's the last gift. Let's go. Right? Okay, luggage. It's luggage. Turn that off. Remember off the desk. Babies are gonna love this. 5, 4, 3. When I get to 1, just pop out, look inside. Okay. 2. Are you ready, Mom?
Yeah, I'm ready.
1. Go. Okay. Just go. Just look. Just look.
16 minutes, 42 seconds. Christmas is over at that point. If you spend that long on a single present, all the food's cold and your family's already left. Uncle's already drank himself into a coma. Like, there is no reason these videos should be this long. Even if you're just trying to shamelessly stretch to 10 minutes, Jabrizi goes the extra mile and stretches almost to 20. I also love how in almost all of these videos, you can see how bored the people waiting are. Like, I'm surprised those 2 didn't just collapse and faint from blood loss from locking their knees standing up like that for so long. Like, I'm surprised deep vein thrombosis didn't start setting in. Their legs just atrophying from standing still for that long doing nothing. And you can really just see the boredom and pain on their faces. It is actually shocking what you can get away with on Facebook. It blows my mind that people will sit there and eat this shit up.
Very, very important.
Okay, very important, huh? Why are we out here alone?
I don't have a husband.
Hey, keep your hands.
Sir, look.
121 million views on that one. It took her about like 40 seconds to put on the tummy and then the dress and put her head back on the police car, and then she sat in that position leaning on the police car for 16 minutes almost before it finally ends with her being like, water broke. You know, it gets to the punchline. 16 minutes. 121 million views. I really wasn't exaggerating when I said almost every single one of these videos is exactly the same like this, where they all stretch with nothing in there, just shamelessly padding for the most amount of money they could possibly get out of the system. It's fucking wild. Anyway, I just wanted to share this because it blew my mind to see this on Facebook. I imagine he's not the only one doing it. I imagine this is probably pretty common practice, but this is the only one that I saw. And probably the biggest, over 10.4 million followers that all watched this. So, yeah, I just thought it was interesting. That's about it. See ya. Alright, I'm just gonna speedrun YouTube drama today and just rip this shit off like a band-aid and get it over with quickly. This will be the last time I talk about Maximilian Muss. For those that don't know, I made a video about this degenerate parasite a month ago, going over all of the heinous and evil shit that he's done on the platform, as well as touching on the way he'd recruit people from his YouTube channel to go to his secret discords to do genuinely deplorable, awful, horrible things across the internet, and I only touched the tip of the iceberg, barely scratched the surface. I was up there at the fucking tip of the condom where the cum is held, that little cum pool receptacle on the condom, that's what I touched on with Maximilian Muss. I didn't even go into like the whole shaft and everything else. I gave a very rudimentary breakdown of some of the awful things Maximilian Muss has done. Max is a human pinworm, just an asshole shit-eating parasite. In response to the video I posted, he started losing a lot of subscribers, and his fragile insecurities couldn't handle his number going down, so he deleted his channel and then put it back up today, hoping that enough people had forgotten the controversy so they'd stop unsubscribing to him en masse. Max has clearly tied a lot of his self-worth to the numbers on the screen and couldn't bear to see the numbers going down any longer, especially since it's entirely his own fault and it should take full responsibility for the actions that caused all of this in the first place, but he doesn't have that level of self-awareness. So when Max was seeing the numbers go down, he threw in the towel for a month, took a break, and today, just like a gopher, he decided to pop his curious little head out of his hole, and he saw a shadow and decided it's time for 2 more hours of YouTube drama. He posted this video saying that I slandered him and everything I was saying is a lie, with no proof, except for of course the things that are completely proven and even things that he openly admits to and proudly talks about, such as the time he told his community to harass the girlfriend of a YouTuber he didn't like once her father passed away. After her father passed away, he told his community to go spam homophobic and racist shit and insult her father and insult her and just harass her relentlessly during that moment. He proudly talks about it, saying he'd do it again. And of course, Max's micro penis gets semi-chubbed, thinking back on those glory days where he would put a small Twitch streamer's link in his Discord, ping everyone in his Discord, which was thousands, and had them go spam homophobic and racist shit on the person's channel just to ruin their day. And especially women, he would have them insult their appearance relentlessly and tell them to kill themselves. He talks about this, he's open about it, he doesn't try and hide that, but since I brought up some things that he does try and hide, well now all of a sudden we've got a problem and now I'm accused of slander and lying. So I want to get ahead of this and just do a full goatsy and just go fully in here and give you all of the information about Max that has also been shared with the proper authorities. In Max's response, he harps on 3 major things. The first being a screenshot I posted for a few seconds that he claims is a fake screenshot. Now, I'm not going to be here and get into the weeds of it and split hairs. It's entirely possible that is a fake screenshot. Screenshots are very easily faked, and I don't work for a fucking FBI's crime lab. I can't verify the authenticity. I can't go in there in the fucking blockchain and piece together the puzzle pieces and see if it's real. I can't say with certainty whether or not it's real. So if it is fake, then I should have done more to verify its authenticity, and I do apologize for that. But what I can say with certainty is there was very clearly a problem with how women were treated when in his community. After posting the video, I received no less than 50 to 100 emails from victims of Max and Max's community in the Discord. These were women that came forward all sharing very similar stories and talking about the horrible things that they would encounter in that Discord when they would try and speak. They were oftentimes goaded into sexually explicit conversations and often baited for nudes. They'd try and get like nudes out of them or some shit like that. They shared a lot of information and a lot of disturbing screenshots of conversations in the Discord, none of which I will be sharing here to protect their privacy, but again, those have all gone to the proper channels. So there's very clearly a problem with the way that Max and his community would treat women that were inside of the Discord. Now, if this screenshot is fake, again, I do apologize and I should have done more to make sure that I was sharing only the facts, the most accurate information. And this one is now questionable, so I shouldn't have put it in there. Moving on to the next part that Max likes to defend. This is a hill that he's trying very hard to die on. There was a part in my video where I talked about the time he made a mentally ill man eat his own shit on stream. He claims that he never threatened him into doing it, he only encouraged it. So basically, to break down the situation again, there was a man streaming, and I hadn't watched the entire stream start to finish because it was extremely hard to sit through, but I muscled through this time to get a better idea of where Max would be coming from in trying to defend this seemingly indefensible action of pure degeneracy. But I watched it, and Max is right. He never at any point said he was going to kill him if he didn't eat his own shit. Instead, all he did was use his mental illness against him and manipulate him into eating his own shit. You know, encouraging him, like, yeah, if you eat that shit, it's going to be great. You're really going to stick it to this guy. And he manipulated him into eating his own shit and used his mental illness to get it there. So the guy who actually ate his own shit reached out to me and gave his side of it, just kind of breaking it down very simply and concise. And he basically echoes what everyone could hear in the whole video. I was wrong to say he threatened him. He only manipulated him, which is, you know, that's a lot better. So congratulations, Max, you're taking steps in the right direction. You only manipulated a mentally ill man into eating his own shit. Wow, what a fucking saint. A real goddamn patriot, man. What a fucking angel. I guess the reason I got this story so confused is because Max made a habit out of threatening to kill people he didn't like online, or threatening to kill people who didn't do what he wanted them to do. For example, he tried to have members of his community go to a convention to kill Bluesdank. He was hoping to have Bluesdank murdered because he thought it would be enjoyable. When I posted my video talking about Max, he then started going to his Discord to try and recruit people to kill me. And he's also done the same for Weast, where he's been trying to get people to kill Weast. So I guess, unfortunately, I must have just, jumbled all of these awful things together, Max, and assumed that you also threatened to kill him. But no, you only manipulated a mentally ill man. You didn't threaten to kill him. You just threatened to kill other people on the internet. That's my bad. I didn't mean to misrepresent you and slander you like that. So those are two things that he touches on and tries to defend, but that's not the biggest one. The biggest one is the claim that I made, the fucking bombshell, of how he responds to the child porn that was shared in his Discord. I made the claim that child porn was often shared in Max's Discord, which led to him taking them down multiple times. Now, this isn't every time his Discord was taken down. I never made the claim it was every single time his Discord was taken down. I didn't mean to imply that if that's how it came across, because he absolutely had his Discords taken down for harassment as well. He's probably had 10 or so taken down from just straight up harassment and degeneracy. But another reason, another contributing factor to him personally taking them down was the child porn. And I do stand by that claim because he himself used to admit to it. Now, the reason he fights this so hard is obvious, but also because he scrubbed the internet of all of the old recordings of him talking about it. There's no longer any of the old videos that would talk about his response to these things or how he handled it, because they are gone now. What does exist is some evidence that I still have compiled, and I'll share some of that. Now, in his response video, he of course has another guy fight his battles for him, and he calls all of this into question because I didn't fucking show the child porn. The guy makes it seem like the only way he'd believe the accusations is if I just fucking played child porn in my video to prove that it was Max's child porn. Like, what? Like, how fucking dumb do you have to be to demand to see the child porn? It's a crime. You can't fucking do that. What I can do is show you how he'd respond to the child porn that was shown in there and prove to you that it existed, which I will do. I'm not gonna fucking show child porn, you goddamn troglodyte idiots. These fucking dummies were saying, well, Charlie didn't broadcast CP on YouTube, thus this can't possibly be a true story. Like, you have to have negative fucking brain. Like, you have to have stupid brain to think that that's the only way to prove the existence of these things. It's crazy. So let's go ahead and really dive in. First, let me show you how it got to this point. Why was child porn shared on Maximilian's Discord? Why were pedophiles encouraged to join? Well, because Max was pretty open with these kind of things. Like, here's a clip from one of his old Fortnite videos.
Boy.
Are you a pedophile?
Of course.
Me too, dude.
Awesome.
Yeah. I met a pedophile friend. Yeah.
There's probably like 2 other kids on our team.
I was gonna say let's molest them, but then my video would get age restricted. And yeah, I'm recording a video. I have 200 subs. Say hello to YouTube. Bro.
Hello, YouTube. Fuck little boys in their butt.
What?
Yo, boys, let's go. Taking home.
People are gonna watch this in the future. I'm live streaming for the future, man. Guys, when I say I have sex with the children, it's a joke. Wink, wink.
Of course. Wink, wink. Many winks. Where'd you guys land?
Max used to, and still currently does, joke about being a pedophile, and like I said in the initial video, used to write off the sharing of child porn in his servers as a joke with his community, and that it wasn't a big deal. He, again, has scrubbed the audio that used to prove those things, because he must at some point have realized that you can't just fucking say that. But there is still some screenshots which I'll share with you. But let's just go ahead and ease on in there. Let's just start by dunking our tippy toes here into the cesspool of Maximilian Must. Let's just go ahead and dip one toe into this fucking septic tank. This is, of course, the classic screenshot from a month ago. This is like a beautiful painting from Max here. This is like a Van Gogh. This shit's like in the anime when the villain really wants to be caught, so they just keep throwing clues out there until they eventually get caught. This is a month ago. So he's clearly still making these pedophile remarks and joking about being a pedophile and shit like that. So it's not like he's changed much since his 2018 video I just showed you a clip of. He's still very clearly encouraging this kind of shit. So he still does make these jokes, he still makes it seem like pedophiles and all that shit is welcome in his community. So it's no surprise to see that these kind of like-minded people would flock to it. Yes, of course you can clearly tell he's making some kind of effort to make a joke, but it clearly isn't a good joke if you're getting real pedophiles that are sharing child porn in your server now, is it, Max? So, like I said, He used to defend the sharing of child porn in his servers as a joke, and I'll go ahead and show a few screenshots of that. But first, let me prove to you that it used to be shared. Mudahar, who's a man I trust dearly in situations like this, who has worked in cybersecurity for fucking years, it is his fucking profession. If anyone can verify the authenticity of something this heinous, it would be Mudahar. And Mudahar sent this message to confirm it's real, and this has of course been forwarded to proper authorities as well. And if that's still not enough, if you don't want to take Mudahar's word for it, on the day I posted my video talking about this absolute fucking disgusting homunculus Max, on that day, his Discord mobilized to weaponize heinous content involving minors. They started sending that shit to people in my Discord, which, really fucking low shit. And of course, Max stepped up to say, hey, wait a minute, you can't be sharing that kind of child porn, that's not good. And Max, being the hero he is, said this. Wow, just look at how noble this guy is. You know, fuck firefighters, those aren't real heroes. Max is a real hero. Look at the way he puts his foot down here. Yeah, really stepping up to stop this one, Max. And now I'm gonna take you back to the past to look at a YouTuber who sucks ass. It's Max. So, this is from 2018. This is a message Max posted in the Discord. Now, I know many people can easily say, Charlie, this could not be his account. This could be somebody impersonating Max. There's no way to prove this is his account. There's no way. This is clearly someone just impersonating him. Only that you can prove it's his account. For the first screenshot, I was actually in the fucking Discord when he made the message, and he was the fucking host of the Discord, so I know that one was Max. This one, I can tell you it's Max because someone actually recorded the entire fucking Discord before it got nuked, where this right here, this account, was the fucking host of this goddamn Discord as well. Thus, Max's Discord. So I'll show that video real quick. Now for the skeptics out there, the people still believing in reptilians and flat earth, this may not be enough to convince you of everything I and many others have said about Max, but unfortunately this is all I have to show you. There's some other things that I can't share with you that have just gone right to authorities. A lot of former friends of Max have come forward and told me a lot of the awful things that they would do together with Max, feeling regretful, which is good, and I appreciate the bravery that it must have taken to admit to some of the shit that they put others through on the internet. So hopefully they learn from this experience with the Maximilian Musk cult. It's really very sad stuff, and I'm sorry if this still wasn't enough to convince you of the claims, but this is all I can really do. The reason Max defends this so vehemently is because he has done a great job of trying to scrub all of this information from the internet. Back in 2018 or 2019, I could recall a few videos that had him talking about it, but I cannot find those anymore, unfortunately, but this is what I have that still remains. At the end of Max's response video today, he had a real heartfelt message that absolutely tugged on the sensitive cock of anyone that would watch. This could make a grown man cry. Just look what he says here. Most of the things I'm being attacked for happened in 2018 and 2019. In 2020, I decided that I want to be a better person in general. Just less reckless and be a generally better influence on people, and I believe I've become a lot better. Nope. Are you fucking serious? Bro, this shit was a month ago. You were doing this shit a month ago, and then you still kept doing it. And even before a month ago, you had swatted Weast. That was like 2 months ago, 3 months ago. You just out of nowhere doxed Weast again, and then had your community swat him. Here's an audio clip of some of your friends in a Discord recollecting on the war they fought against the guy who didn't even know they fucking existed, celebrating the SWAT that you led. What the fuck are you talking about? You never changed, Max. You never tried to change. You are just a born fucking loser. You were born to be pathetic, it seems. Like, you have no ability to not be a scumbag.
They called the docs, what was the guy's name?
YouTube
Weast?
300K. I think his name is
Weast.
Weast, yeah, some 300K guy.
Some fucking commie faggot YouTuber.
Yeah. I love this one. Cock.
Anyways, keep going.
And then who was it? Something Fantana? What was his name?
No, but what did they do to Weast? Exactly.
Oh,
yeah. Tell
pretend to be a fucking veteran who's like got his like wife in the closet or some shit. Like like suicidally violent and everything.
God,
trying to get the SWAT to come to his house.
Oh. Wow.
Genuinely have no idea what you're talking about with this pity party you're trying to throw about being a better person. If you really tried, you failed instantly. Like, it wasn't even close. There seems to have been no attempt to be a better person. Again, All the shit that started this happened a month ago, Max. That was the whole reason I even went back through your past, is because you were doing this horrible shit, having your community raid streamers, spamming homophobic and racist shit a month ago. And this SWAT was a couple months ago. You have not improved. You haven't come close. You haven't tried. You are still an absolute fucking scumbag. And I don't know why you're trying to even defend these awful fucking things you've done. They are indefensible. I don't know how people would even try and defend you. The guy whose video that you lifted in your own video, I feel like he is not on your side. He called you shitty multiple times. The only thing he didn't like is that I didn't share child porn to prove your guiltiness. I don't know what exactly he was going on with there, but hopefully what I've shown here is enough to convince even him. Because I feel like there's no way that you can possibly defend these things that you have done. And this is all your fault, by the way, Max. I'm not doing anything to you. I am just bringing what you have done to people's attention. People don't want to support someone like you, Max, that has done these things. People in your own community didn't feel safe, and they reached out to me to tell me some of the shit that you've done. Your close friends were reaching out to me to shit on you, Max, because of the things you've put them through, made them do, and the things that you told them and did together. Like, there is a very big problem with you, Max, and what you've done with the community you've built. And I don't know how you even managed it for this long, because this shit is heinous. It's fucking disgusting stuff. So anyway, that's about it. See ya. Yeah, you're not ready for this video. This is genuinely one of the worst videos on YouTube. It comes from a YouTuber named Trisha. She makes a whole bunch of shitty videos to begin with, but this is the max level. This is Digivolve to its highest level. If all of her other garbage content were just appetizers, then this is the main course, the dessert, and the diarrhea you get after eating it all. It's so shitty. I'd rather watch 2 Girls, 1 Cup with a beheading going on in the background than watch this again. But I'm going to watch it again. I'm going to be strong for all of you, so that way we can all sit here and experience the dark side of ASMR. ASMR in its most vile and deplorable form. The video is called Making Out with My Couch, and that doesn't even do this justice. She does far more than just make out with the couch. Look at the alien underneath her. Look at the fear in its eyes. It looks like it's a hostage on Jeffrey Epstein's private plane. This whole thing is so avant-garde. I can only pretend to comprehend the full scope of Trisha's magnum opus here. The inner mechanisms going on in her mind, the neurons that are firing, oh, her creative genius is on full display. Fantastic. At least that's what the comments would have you believe. People fucking jerked off to this. I don't know how you can even listen to this without getting squeamish. As you can see, the plot is really developing now. She's graduated from making out with couches to making out with tabloids, as the alien on the floor tearfully prays that the building engulfs in flames before it's his turn to face this ridicule, this punishment, this loud sloshing. This isn't even kissing or making out with the Sprite bottle, it just looks like she's eating it like corn on the cob. I bet there's a good handful of people that watch this and then thought to themselves, maybe I don't really like Sprite all that much anymore. This poor guy, hasn't he suffered enough? Area 51, Roswell, New Mexico, all that shit. Hasn't he been through enough? Just look at the poor soul, looking like SpongeBob, drying up due to lack of water. He's clearly not into this, and I highly doubt consent was established beforehand, and quite frankly, this whole thing just sucks. I really don't get it at all. I don't understand if it's supposed to be wacky, supposed to be a fetish. I'm guessing it's supposed to be sexual, because in the description she says you can see the uncensored version on her shitty website. I really don't understand it. When I was initially watching this, I thought I was looking at her overdose. That right there is a sign of just fucking heroin overdose hardcore. She just looks like she's filter feeding while lying on the couch. She's fading out of this corporeal dimension over to the other side, and she's doing it in the grossest way possible with those abominable noises. This is just straight out of a nightmare where you have like a deep South Alabama grandmother coming to make out with you on the lips and you can't stop her. This is just gross to watch and listen to. It's as if her lips are the tentacles on an octopus and they're just suction cupping to something and just ripping it off, but she makes a much grosser sound than those do. I would rather listen to 2 dump trucks crashing into a whoopee cushion factory. I'd rather listen to 5 nails on a chalkboard for 10 hours than listen to this 5-minute video again. It's absolutely an attack on the senses, both visually and auditory. I'd have more fun watching a video of a public urinal at a gas station getting cummed into than watching Trisha's abomination here. This is just downright revolting. I can't even begin to understand what she thought she was doing when she was making this, like comedically or even sexually. It fails in every possible aspect imaginable. I watched an art piece where a woman cut out the vagina on a morph suit and had a bodyguard lift her up and carry her in a circle as she pissed on the floor, and that made more sense to me than Trisha's video does here. This is just unbelievable to me. She must have thought it was a good idea at some point. Yeah, I'll get an alien for a prop and make out with it. I'll make out with my hand. I'll make out with the camera. It's so lazy even in its attempts to be weird. She doesn't even have good props. It's just whatever fucking garbage she found lying around her hotel room or wherever she is. It's weird and shitty. If you were a virgin, you are no longer. Trisha just sucked that shit out through the computer screen like a succubus. I feel violated, absolutely violated, like I just sinned and now I need to go to a confession at the church. But yeah, overall, just a super uncomfortable and shitty video. I understand she made it probably for attention, but not even that really worked for her. I guess it kinda did, but it was a massive net loss in subscribers for her when she posted this. And she's been doing this for a while, just really bad, shitty content to try and stay afloat, I guess. But it's not really working. It's just really pathetic at this point. That's about it. So yeah.